Hey, this is Robert from Retro Car Guy 530 LLC. Today I'm going to be replacing the climate control air filter, or more commonly known as the cabin air filter, on this 2017 Kia Soul Plus. It's a very easy thing to do, and if you're charged more than like 20 bucks at a US dealership to perform this during a maintenance procedure, go ahead and tell them no, because you can do it yourself. You can usually find the Kia part somewhere between $15 and $18, depending on where you find it and shipping to you. So if you can find it for that price, it's no more than 5 minutes. You can tackle it yourself. So after the intro and information disclaimer, let's go ahead and get this performed, and you'll see how easy it is for you to perform yourself. So thanks for coming to the Retro Car Guy 530 LLC YouTube channel, and let's get going to work.
Please review the automotive information, repair, and modification guidelines on this screen. Seek the advice of a repair professional if you're unsure how to perform any repair or modification safely and correctly. All repairs and modifications are performed at your own risk.
As I mentioned in the intro, the climate control air filter or cabin air filter is a very easy thing to replace. So no matter what your skill level is, you should be able to tackle this procedure, assuming you can gain access and kneel down into the area by the glove box on the passenger side on the left-hand drive vehicles. It's something that you should be able to pull a couple panels out, pull the existing air filter out, replace it with a new one, and put the panels back in place in probably no more than 5 minutes. So if you're charged more than just $20 or so to replace this during a maintenance procedure at your dealership, I would say pass on it, because you can find these, like I said, for somewhere between $15 and $18 shipped to you on the internet, and the 5 minutes of time for you to perform the procedure. It's a very cheap and easy thing for you to do and save you a few bucks while doing it. So let's go ahead and get over on the passenger side here on this left-hand drive vehicle and pull out the panels and gain access to it. And I'll put the part number for this in the description for the video, and I'll put a banner on the screen here showing the information on the screen as well. So let's get to spending those 5 minutes to replace this right now. Let's go ahead and open the glove box. And we have our first plastic panel we have to remove. There are some plastic tabs that need to be disengaged here by pulling on the panel, and it actually says air filter right here on the panel. So there's a pull handle area that you put your fingers up and through and grab the back side. I usually put my thumb about here and pull on it. That will disengage the front tabs, and then on the back there you just tilt it down and that will disengage the ones on the rear. Let's set that off to the side here. And now we have the actual panel that covers where the air filter resides, and there are some tabs on the bottom here that we need to disengage to remove this plastic panel. It actually has this honeycomb pattern on it. So let's go ahead and you push down and pull back on it just a little bit, lightly. Don't want to get too aggressive with it here. And there's that panel off. It's got this foam padding on it, and now we can actually see the air filter itself. So the air filter sits in the bottom of this cavity here, and there is a particular orientation to this. So we're going to pull this filter out. So we pull that towards the inside of the passenger compartment here. And we have the filter out, and this has been in there a little over a year, and it's quite filthy. We've had some raging wildfires last year and especially this year in California, so this filter has filtered a lot of dirt and smoke, plus the area that we live has a lot of dirt because a lot of open land that has dirt just flying around with general wind activity. So we can see there's a bunch of dirt in there. But let's take a look at the orientation of this right now. So this is the edge that was facing the passenger compartment. When we go to the side here, which was facing the outer edge of the vehicle, there's an airflow arrow showing the airflow should be from the top through the filter down to the bottom. So we need to orient the new filter in the same manner. So let's pull this filter out. I'm looking up in here to see if there's any chunks in there. It shouldn't be, because the filter is at the bottom of that cavity, so anything that would have fallen in would have been in the filter itself. So let's go ahead and take the new filter out of the box. And it is glued, so give me a moment here. So we have new versus old, quite a difference in color here. And we should have a marking on the edge as well on this one. So this is the same orientation, so we'll put it in like this. So the airflow arrow needs to face in the same direction. So let's go ahead and take it out of the plastic container. So we have that airflow arrow again in that orientation, so it's flowing from top to bottom. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees to have that arrow facing to the outside edge. And we're simply going to put the filter in the slot there. Do it gently. Since this is not a rigid edge, you want to push it on the edges themselves. So let's see, get both hands here. And now both are within their normal seated position. So the filter is in place. The next step is we have to put this honeycomb panel back in place, the honeycomb decoration on the outside. There are two tabs on the top here that need to fit into the receivers on the top of the opening here. So I'm going to tilt them in. And they should tilt in like that, should be able to pivot like that. And then those two bottom clips should snap in like that. And you should be able to pull on it and not have it fall off if you're engaged on the top to retaining clips, which I am. So the filter's in place. We got the honeycomb pattern plastic panel in place. And now let's take the decorative panel and put those three tabs in their position there, rotate it up, and push across to seat those back in place. And it shouldn't rattle, it should just be seated there, fully snapped in. And with that, we are done. So if you're given the opportunity to have this done by a service department and they charge you anything more than, let's say, $20, because the filter itself is in the $15 to $18 range depending where you can buy it and with shipping. So this is a very cheap and easy thing to do on your own, and I would suggest go ahead and tackle it yourself. Worst case, you buy another filter and you've learned something in case something's gone wrong, but it's very simple to do. So hopefully that's giving you the information you need to perform the climate control air filter, or more commonly known as the cabin air filter replacement on your Kia Soul. Thanks for coming to the Retro Car Guy 530 YouTube and Instagram TV channels for your Kia Soul maintenance tips. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, smash that like button. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time and you want to, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.